Very good evening, everyone. How are you all? Everyone fine? I am also doing great. Now, today your FR exam for CA final November 2023 attempt has been completed. Now, whatever you have done, leave it behind and move forward. The next exam is SFM paper. So you should right now, you should not think about FR, what you have done, what you have not done. You should think about SFM paper. Your remaining 7 papers are left. So you will pass, you will not pass, that will decide based on 8 paper if you are writing both groups. And if you are writing only group 1, it will based on 4 paper. Now what you have done in FR, if you are able to score 40 marks, then also you can pass in what? All the paper? Correct now. So today I am here to only just give an idea about FR paper. Actually I was not in a mood to come and give you review about FR. But I am receiving a lot of messages from my student and also those students who are following me in YouTube that question paper was tough. Question paper was not from ICS study material, whether we'll receive, whether we'll get good marks or not. So don't panic right now. Don't panic. I will say you what happened with me when I was giving my CA final exam. So paper 2 was SFM and it was the toughest paper of that time. Means all the questions of SFM in my exam were out of book. As you are saying about FR exam, normally in 8 paper they will always select one paper and one paper they will create new question for that particular exam. So in your exam it might be FR, in my exam it was SFM. Correct. Same thing happened with me. After SFM exam, I was thinking whether I will be able to pass in SFM exam or not. So I was thinking that I will get 40, 41, 45. So whether aggregate will happen or not. So believe me, in that exam I got 64 in SFM. 64 in SFM. So there is a rule that whenever question paper is lengthy, whenever question paper is tough, they will give some grace marks if you have attempted that question. The point is that whether you have attempted or not. If you have attempted, don't worry, you will get marks. Thora thora milega. Are you able to understand the entire question? If you have suppose if the question number 1 was from consolidation, correct now. So they have given many adjustment in that question. So if you have done that, if you have done few adjustment, of course we'll get some marks. Are you able to win? If you are getting 6 marks out of 20, then also 6 marks is contributing to 40 marks. The point is that if you score 40 marks in FR, so you have balanced 7 subjects left. So right now you should think about SFM paper. You should not think about whatever you have done in FR. So whatever has been done for FR, just leave it and now move forward to SFM and the next paper. Understood? So right now you should think about SFM paper. You should not think about FR paper. Correct? So I'll just give a quick review about FR paper so that you'll have an idea about that. Yes, we can manage 40 marks. I will say if you can manage 40 marks, it is more than enough that you can get an aggregate. In SFM, you can score 70, 60. In other subject, you can score more marks. Are you able to understand what I am saying? So just let us have a quick review about the FR paper. So from my point of view, in this time, from A category when I say so all the big chapter consolidation, business combination, this time so no question from business combination, share based payment, financial instrument, India's 115, India's 116, correct that. From these all chapters, 65 marks coverage was there. Then from B category, as per my B category, 43 marks were the coverage, and C category it was 12 marks coverage. This was the coverage. So let me just give an idea about the question paper. Of course, the question paper from my point of view also out of study material means those who are conceptually strong. Normally, I have always say in class that if you are conceptually strong, so you can write any question. When you depend upon only in ICS study material and they are not asking question directly from ICS study material, you may struggle in exam. You may struggle in exam, but if you are conceptually strong, so questions of similar nature have been asked. Of course, not actually the same, with some modification have been asked. So if you are conceptually strong, if you know the concept, you can at least write. Don't think about whether you have done correct or wrong, whether you have attempted or not. That is more important right now. So if you have attempted, believe me, tough paper, lengthy paper, they always give grace marks because normally what I have received, what 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 information I am receiving from my student, maximum of the students are saying tough paper or lengthy paper. It means you are not the only who is suffering in this exam. Almost all the students are suffering in the exam. Understood? This is a point to be noted. This is a point to be noted. Understood? Now, let me have a quick review of the question. So, question number 1 was for consolidation. 20 marks. I will say similar type of questions. We have done almost all the adjustment. We are same only one new adjustment has been given about the bonus shares. And believe me, that bonus shares, even though you have ignored it or you have done in CA Inter, means normally that type of adjustment we do in CA Inter because that type of question they ask in CA Inter. If you remember that it is adjustment you could have done here, correct? But it was totally new adjustment which was not given in ICS Statimetry in India's based question, correct now. So only apart from that particular point, all points were good only means of course it is a different type of question, similar type of question is there in ICS study material, but this question is totally, I will say, a new question has been created. But you can attempt it, of course you can attempt it, and if you have attempted it you will get some marks, understood. Then question number 2 is for CSR. If you know the CSR provision you can write down. So question number 2 is for CSR for 8 marks. So CSR is very simple chapter. If you know the CSR concept, you can write down this. 8 marks means they have marks 4.2 marks each point. Understood? So this was also, I will say, the question which you can attempt. Then question number 2b is based on what India's 115. This is related to principal and agent. The similar question is there in ICS study material, have been asked in past year exam. Once again this question have been repeated. The similar type of question has been repeated. So this question also you can answer if you are conceptually strong. Correct. Then point number C is very simple question. They have asked about the cost to obtain from means any cost to obtain the contract means related to India's 115. This is very simple. If you remember that concept, you can write down. Correct now. Normally this type of question we don't expect that this type of question will come in exam, but they have asked this time this type of questions also. Correct. Point number 3a is related leave. This question is totally new question. This question India's 116 question. This question has been not given in ICS study material. Yes. But if you know about lease and non-lease components, segregation of lease and non-lease component, and insufficient fixed payment, you can attempt this question. Understood? Yes, this 3A was totally a new question of 8 marks. Understood? India's 116. So I will say one question so you can leave also now because question number 1 is mandatory and question number 3A, if you find it complicated, I think you have not attempted also. Question number 3B was very simple, related to what India's 105. Similar question have been asked in past examination also. So this question I will say was easy. So you could have tried this. So I will say it was easy question. Question number 3C, it is based on what India's 21. Similar question once again we have in ICS study material. This question also you can attempt for 4 marks. So for 4 marks it can be lengthy but it can be attempted. So 3C I think you have done also. Yes, correct. But 3 in this 3A, B, C, 3A was complicated. 3B and C was easy. Correct? Yes, sir. Now 4A is related to what 40 marks about the compound financial instrument. This question, similar question we have done many questions in the class. So of course you can attempt it. And this is, I will say, if you are conceptually strong, you can do it. Correct now. They have asked what? Computation of liability and equity component, then ledger account of financial liability, then past necessary journal entry. Many questions we have done in class. If you have not done any calculation mistake, so I hope you have done this. In this question, they have also given some transaction cost. So we know about transaction cost and effective rate of interest. Correct? Yes, sir. So 4A, I will say we have done similar question in from ICS study material also in our question, but also we have done this type of question. 14 marks, of course, it could have been done. It could be lengthy, I am saying, but you can attempt it. Question number 4B is related to what conceptual framework. Once again, theoretical question. So if you remember the content, you can write down. If you do not remember the content, of course, you can write down. Correct now. So this is a theoretical question. Of course, we all know that question will come from conceptual framework and integrated reporting. This time they have not asked any question from integrated reporting. Chalega? Then 5A is related to SAR, means employee share based payment, stock appreciation right. This similar question we have done in class. Many times this type of questions have been asked also, but this story I will say has been drafted newly. However, we have similar question in our question bank. Of course, in ICS study matter we don't have this type of question. They have drafted a new question, but in our question bank we have similar type of questions. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Correct. I will not say exactly the same, but similar type of questions we have. Understood? Then once again this 5B is related to what India's 108. Once again this time also they have asked question of segment reporting. So segment reporting, only one question they have given ICS study method. They have just given a new question, but if you know the segment reporting format, disclosure point, you can do it. Correct now. So it is also not tough. Not a new question. So if you know the segment reporting disclosure format, you can attempt it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then coming to point number C, the 5C, it is related to what India's 38 intangible asset revaluation question, downward revaluation, upward revaluation. So first there was a upward revaluation, then it become downward revaluation. But same to same question we have in ICS study material. It means this is a question which is totally given in ICS study material. This also you can do. Means if you have attempted this 5 with a 5A, 5B and 5C, you have attempted it. Means it can be done correctly also. 6A, coming to 6A, it is a question of India's 101 about the subsidiaries incorporation in the financial statement. Means as per AS it was not a subsidiary, as per India's it becomes subsidiary. So how to account it on the date of transition. So if you know the concept, you can write down. Correct now. Once again, this point has been done in class, has been given in our India Saransh book, and similar question might be in ICS study material also. Question number 6B is related to financial instrument. Once again, it is a question of modification, I will say. Correct now. But this is totally a new question, of 5 marks. So of course we'll solve it, but no, right now we'll not go on discussion what is the correct answer. Don't think about it, because right now you should think about SFM. So we'll discuss this paper, we'll do all the answers together, we'll do nothing to worry. But after exam, understood? Yes, sir. Right now I have also not gone through the entire question. I've just seen what is actually the question, what actually question they have asked. That only I have seen. Now point number C, it is a question related to once again India's 16 once again major inspection. If you know about major inspection and their depreciation component accounting, that question they have asked. Once again related to concept, if you know the concept, you can write down. Correct. Once again new question, I will say new question, totally new question. Point number D, it is related to India said about changes in accounting policy. They have given, I think they have given 4 points. You need to only discuss whether it is a changes in accounting policy, it is not a changes in accounting policy. Correct now. So if you know that, you can write down. Yes, sir. Once again, I will say it is totally new question which has been drafted. So this was just a review from my point of view. Of course, it was a conceptual question paper. Newly, they have inserted many new questions this time in the question paper. But all the questions, whatever they have asked, were related to concepts only, whatever has been given in ICS study material. Newly question, conceptual question, lengthy, but it was lengthy. Means you will take some time. If you have attempted question number 1 only in the beginning, you have taken a lot of time for that only. So it is quite possible that you are not able to attempt the entire question paper. But from my point of view, if you have attempted at least 80-90 paper, you'll easily get 40 marks. Nothing to worry about that. Already I have said that in my SFM paper, all questions were from out of book, but that time I was expecting 40 or less than 40 only, but I got 64 marks. I got exemption in that. So believe in that story. It happened with me, it will happen with you. Don't try to think that you will not appear in the next exam. Whatever has been done, now start studying for SFM, appear in SFM exam, and believe me, in SFM exam and all exam, you will be able to score more than 60. Have that belief in yourself. Have that trust on you. Understood? Correct. Always I say that out of 8 paper, only they will trouble you in 1. And of course, it is a CA exam. They will of course try to disturb you mentally. So in the first paper, they are trying to disturb you mentally so that you will try to quit exam. So don't give that chance to ICI. Say ICI that yes, we are going to appear and come and write CA final second paper. That is paper number 2. That is SFM. Thank you very much. All the best for your SFM exam. Don't discuss this paper with anyone now. Think about SFM paper and think about your next examination preparation. Bye bye. Take care. All the best.